Welcome to another episode of Hendricks County Cooks. We are here at the Plainfield-Guilford Township Public Library, and I am Abby, and tonight I have the privilege to interview a wonderful mother and son duo, Nick and Joy. Please tell me about yourselves and...
My name's Joy Phillip. This is my son Nick. I have lived in Plainfield for, oh my gosh, over 30 years. I think we moved here in 1985. In fact, the first place I lived was right next door to the library.
To the library.
One of the duplexes, and then we've been here ever since.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you grew up in Plainfield?
Yeah, I grew up in Plainfield. I was born here, and I lived here for all of my childhood, and with the exception of a 9-year stint in Bloomington, this was home. This was home.
Yep, and you work here at the library currently.
Yes.
Can you tell us what you do at the library?
Well, I'm the adult services supervisor, which means I do a lot of work with public services such as circulation and reference, and with programming.
Excellent. Okay, well, we're here tonight to talk about cooking. So I'm very excited. So we're going to ask a few questions. I am so excited to interview and find out all about your favorite things. So tell me what cooking was like growing up in your house when you were young, or both of you.
Well, I came from a big family. I grew up in northwest Indiana, Lake County, near Chicago.
How many kids?
7.
7 kids.
7.
Where are you in the order?
I'm right in the middle.
Okay.
So I had 2 older sisters and a brother, and then I have triple younger sisters.
Triplets.
So yes.
Oh, wow.
So we were kind of, I had the older thing and then the younger thing going on. So in most of my memory from the age 6 on, we were kind of crazy house.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, and the triplet thing was interesting, So my mom always provided a meal, but she was not that interested in cooking. She did it, but it wasn't like something she loved. We were always well fed, the traditional, meals. But so it's really interesting, and sometimes there were times when there were as many as 10 of us, every night for dinner, or 9, always 9, and then
That's
there
a
was
lot to cook for.
periods with a grandpa and different things. Yeah, so we always had a busy dinner time, but in my memory, we almost always, had the meal at the table, which was impressive.
Yes, in a large dining room.
Of course, it was a different time, and that's what you did.
How was it for you growing up? Tell us about your
For me
childhood.
growing up, so my mother, who's right here with me, was responsible for cooking on weekdays, and my dad was responsible for cooking on weekends. That's basically the division of labor that existed. And I'm the oldest of 3. I have a brother who's functionally 3 years younger than me, and a sister who's 3 years younger than him. So it was nice and evenly spaced out like that. My mom cooks. She has a repertoire of stuff that we cycle through. And I will say this, once I got into elementary school, we leaned very heavily on market day cooks. So
I remember them.
We ate a lot of market day interspersed with the Old Faithful recipes. No offense, Mom, but Dad is the more adventurous one in the kitchen. So
No offense taken.
The things that happened on weekends were generally pushing the envelope a little bit. I had a more sensitive palate when I was a kid. Not as sensitive as my brothers, but...
Wait, does sensitive mean picky?
I was
Were you a picky eater?
I was picky. I do want to say this. I am nothing compared to my brother Alex. I want to say that for the record. But
I was a picky eater.
my sister was a better eater than me. So there were... Yeah. Sometimes what my dad cooked, I wasn't really feeling.
Okay.
Which, as a mother, as anyone, it's tough when you have kids who are picky, and that can drive you to the edge of the,
Oh, you don't want this for dinner?
Then you finally say,
get your cereal.
guess what, I'm done.
Yep. So growing up, what was your favorite meal that your mom did make?
Sausage stuff. It's a...
Sausage stuff?
Yeah, it's a combination of sautéed vegetables and smoked sausage served over a bed of pasta.
And I can tell
Usually
you
penne or bow ties
I
or
can tell you exactly when that started.
rotini.
When we first got married, we lived off of 38th Street on the west side of Indianapolis. And I just remember going to Preston Safeway right there, buying a pack of sausage and sausage stuff recipes on the back. You know, I
Sausage
really
stuff on
wasn't
the
a
back.
great cook yet. And by gosh, I probably made that once a week for 20 years. And my husband basically finally admitted that he was sick of it.
So it's no more. It's done. Okay. It's done.
Well, no.
Oh, you
It's
still-
not done.
You still have it.
I still make it every once in a while, but not.
Mostly at the
because I don't
request of a
cook it.
child.
Yeah, mostly when my daughter comes home because she likes it.
Okay. So let's go back. I think this is a super fun one to describe what your kitchens were like when you were little. Your childhood kitchens. I vividly can remember my grandparents' kitchen.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But, our kitchen was a decent size considering our house was tiny when I was born, but by the time my real memories and after my little sisters were born, our house was big. We had 6 bedrooms and added on. And, but I mean, it was old, you know, 50s, 60s house, you know, so. But it was kind of a greenish wallpapers, new wooden cabinets, probably in the mid-70s. We got new wooden cabinets. Before that, they were aqua metal cabinets.
Yes, the metal. Okay.
Aqua, but we did still have an aqua stove and an aqua refrigerator, and then like a brown sink. And then, you know, the high point, we had a little bar that came out. We added on a breakfast. My mom always called it the breakfast bar. And that's where I ate breakfast, and we ate a lot of meals, or my mom did a lot of prep there, and the breakfast bar was a big thing, you know, with chairs and then our dining area. But so I ate a lot of meals at that breakfast bar.
Yeah,
And then, of course,
bar,
the
yeah.
telephone. The telephone was in the kitchen with the long cord. So, which, you know, that was not Nick's experience. So.
Well, let me ask you. So when the kids were little and you were running around and busy, do you remember family dinners at your house with the 3 kids? Do you remember what you guys talked about? Because at my house, our dinner revolves around sports and sports plans. And what we're doing.
Well, probably yes, extracurricular.
Correct. Yep. All the
Or
activities.
about, you know, what homework. Gosh, what else did we talk about? A little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, my kids are all good conversationalists. They're all talkative.
No, he's super quiet.
Yeah. And especially Nick could talk about just about anything.
So when you guys get together now and the whole family comes together, what's your big topics? What do you guys like to talk about around?
We do talk about sports.
We do talk about sports pretty
a lot.
Us too at our house.
A lot now. You know, it used to be the sports the kids were in. Now it's sports in general. We do talk some politics, and luckily we agree, so that's helpful.
good. No fights.
No big fights about that kind of stuff. That's mainly it. What did you say?
Okay, now this is one of my favorites. I'm gonna ask 3 in a row. What foods cheer you up? What's your comfort food? If you're having a bad day, mine is pizza for sure.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
What can I say?
My comfort food, I hate to rip it off of you, but it really is pizza.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my dark
You
times,
can't go
that's
wrong.
where I
You
turn.
can't go
man.
wrong. I know.
Yeah.
Bad day pizza. Okay, now describe your most favorite breakfast plate. What would your plate for breakfast look like if it was anything
Well,
that you don't have to make? Just what you
Oh,
would
okay. I
make.
was gonna say when I used to go out for breakfast.
Yes, this is really
I will probably French toast, eggs, and bacon. Not probably.
Yes.
That French toast, eggs, and bacon. And I know, yeah, that's it.
I'm sort of the same. If I go to a breakfast place and it has corned beef hash, that's what I'm getting.
That's for sure. Okay. All
With
right.
the English muffin rather than the toast.
You gotta have a little. Okay. Now your favorite dessert. So you've had a delicious meal. What's your favorite dessert?
Well, again, anything
Chocolate.
and ice cream. I used to eat a lot of ice cream. I don't as much anymore, but I mean, I'm I'm a sucker for a good chocolate milkshake.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I also really like ice cream. I prefer these days a soft serve cone.
What about as a family? Did you guys have a favorite family dessert?
We don't normally have desserts.
Ours was Gray's strawberry pie.
Dessert.
Bye.
Dessert was always a special occasion thing, like a weekend. Are we watching a movie? Let's scoop out some ice cream. Or is it somebody's birthday? My aunt made a cake.
Oh, how do you get your kids to do that? Mine want dessert after every meal. Okay.
Yeah, for some reason we didn't get into that. Like growing up we did, but not.
I didn't know that dessert was really an everybody thing until I was probably about 10.
All right. Well, I'm really excited that tonight we are going to have you make a special dish. Can you tell us about it?
Well, I wouldn't recommend having this just for supper. This is a little bit more on the side, or even technically probably dessert. So I am not a cook, and I have that reputation. If anybody in Plainfield who knows me well knows that, you don't really ask Joy to bring food. But I always do try to contribute.
I'm not the main course. Yeah, nobody asks me either.
No, so like at Christmas with the family, I'm the cheese tray. Okay, so that's my go-to is the cheese tray. It's also the thing I make best for dinner, wouldn't you say? Seriously. But so this one time, one of my older sisters brought this to some family function and thought, oh, this is pretty good. Well, it turns out it was out of the church I grew up in, out of the cookbook they put out, and I looked at it before I came in 2002, which I was thinking my mom had already passed away by then, but my sister brought this, and I said, oh, that's pretty good. So I bought the cookbook, or I have it at home, and I can't remember the first time I made it, but I remember at Van Buren, involved in PTO, when we were having a teacher luncheon or something, and I brought it in the bowl that I brought tonight to use.
Very nice.
With my name on the bottom, and I made this, and it was like this big hit.
Everybody wanted
the
the recipe.
teachers liked it, the other moms liked it. It was like this big, and I remember telling, I guess I won't use her name, but one mom in particular, she would laugh. She's like, well, who made that? And when I said me, she couldn't even believe it. That I made something that people liked. So after that, I'm like, I had teachers asking me for the recipe and different things. So it kind of became, well, that's what I'm going to bring. So it really is the perfect thing to bring when you don't like to cook, or you don't want to. Because it is pretty easy, but it's pretty tasty too.
So what is the title of the main?
Grape salad.
Grape salad. Grape salad. It is. Okay, so Nick has never made grape salad.
No.
He's only eaten grape
No,
salad.
I've only eaten it.
Yes.
So tonight's going to be an experiment.
That's my specialty, so that's
All right. Well, I can't wait to sample some grape salad. So let's get cooking.
All right. Okay, so here we are getting ready to make grape salad. So obviously when we were growing up, I did the cooking.
Yeah.
So an interesting twist to this is Nick lives in Plainfield also in his own home, but since he loves to cook so much and it's more fun to cook for more people, he has become the cook for his dad and I. So he comes over just about every Monday through Friday and whips up, what can I say, a really good meal, honestly. Always a variety of things, and he does a great job. Now, he doesn't clean up, so I do that part, but that's okay, because I don't mind doing that. He does the shopping and the cooking, which is what I don't like.
Right.
So he does that, and honestly, it is.
She does the part I don't like.
It's a win-win. It is a win-win. He eats, he goes home, I clean up. I'm okay with that. So anyhow, today though, since this is the thing I make,
Right.
and he doesn't know how to make it, I'm going to lead us in our
Yeah.
fancy side dish.
It's a nice twist.
Yeah. So it's really simple, which is why I like it. So we have our ingredients here: grapes, obviously, cream cheese in the block, sour cream, regular sugar, brown sugar, regular sugar, vanilla, and walnuts. Pretty easy. So to start out, we are just going to, well, I already washed the grapes, so.
And I'm crumbling the walnuts as we speak.
Yeah, since we forgot, we don't have a chopper. But you can chop your walnuts however you want to do. So first thing we need to do is make the, I think they call it a sauce. What would you call it?
The dressing. Let's call it the dressing.
Whatever.
Hey.
So we're going to use cream cheese.
And this has been pre-softened, right?
Yeah, it's been sitting out a little while, which does work better. I did wash my hands.
So did I.
Whoops.
But I've been handling walnuts now, so.
So cream cheese and sour cream. So we're going to add the cream cheese, sour cream, and then regular sugar and vanilla. I mean, that's about it. So let's see, how much sugar?
Quarter cup.
Quarter cup. I'm going to measure that out.
Sure.
Mix together cream cheese, sour
Here,
cream, sugar. Why don't you dip it in there and see if it...
Dip it in? All right. We'll see if that works.
Yeah, that'll...
That's about a quarter.
Yep. Quarter cup and... Okay, here's where we're going to improvise. We cannot find a teaspoon, so we're just going to kind of guess. So I'd say this is probably a little bigger than a teaspoon, but you know, you can't have too much vanilla. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more. So vanilla to taste. Okay, when I said this was easy, I was not kidding. Although this is the most difficult part. So the real key is you have to find a hand mixer like this circa 1983. Or older, that'll work too. Or newer, I suppose.
For real, did you get that for your wedding?
For real.
All right.
I did get this for my wedding.
So this is older than me, by quite a bit.
By quite a bit. It is. It's well used.
And it still runs.
Still run. Well, hopefully today's
Hopefully
not.
we don't burn down the library, yeah.
Hopefully today's not the day it decides to give up the ghost. But. So then you just go. See, this is where I always get, because it's pretty good. I mean, true confession, out of our house, the person most likely to lick the batter would be me.
Yeah.
Because I am probably the most sweet
Well,
and chocolatey.
I am also famously risk averse. So when I was told, "Oh, I probably shouldn't be letting you do this because of the raw egg," that kind of scared me away from it.
But see, you know why I did that.
So you could have all of it.
Okay, we're good to go. All right. So here we are. We kind of showed that this is how tough it is. You put the grapes in and mix it up. Wow, that's a toughie. Again, why I make this. Then, if we had time to kill, we would put this in the refrigerator because it really is best to refrigerate it at least 4 hours. So normally I would make it the day before, most likely. But put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours. It's good, nice and cold, and the sour cream cheese mixture changes a little bit when you do that. And then before you go, and you don't have to do this part. If you don't like brown sugar and walnuts, you don't have to do it. I suppose you could put any kind of nuts you wanted on there too, pecans or something too. But you just add on the topper, but I love brown sugar. Who doesn't? Yeah, I'm not sure what it. Okay. Again, he did wash his hands.
You're supposed to pack brown sugar.
Well,
remember?
actually, what you're really supposed to do is you mix
mix it together.
brown sugar and
So
the
I've
nuts.
already worked with the walnuts here. You saw me doing that earlier just to cut down on some time. So
And just, I mean, it's not complicated, but just to make it, you know, just mix up the nuts and the brown sugar so it's more of a topping. Mix that up. And then, here, Nick, I'll let you do this part.
Oh, really?
You can pour it on top.
Am I gonna mess this up?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
Then when you go to present, well, I didn't get it. Sometimes I have it looking a little nicer, but I was just, eventually you want to mix that up, but when I take it to my event where I'm going to present my side dish / dessert, I want to leave the stuff on top. Yeah, and I kind of left the bowls a little bit messy, but
Do you garnish it? Leave a parsley? Anything like that?
no.
Okay.
This is the garnish. I
Okay.
suppose you could consider that garnish, a sugary garnish.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
then, again, this is the bowl, and it used to have, just till recently, there was a piece of
Yes, there was just until recently.
I finally took the piece of
Masking tape.
off,
Yeah.
and you know, probably how long ago were you in grade school? It's probably been 20 years
Yeah.
that this bowl was used for this grape salad. So, and who knows, maybe some of you that see this will remember this. I'm thinking of somebody in particular who I'll make sure I send it to. So that's our grape salad. Should be okay. So then you just mix this up. Now I always find this, I always find this a little difficult with cream cheese because you know how it sticks to the darn thing. But, whoops, that doesn't usually happen. Uh-oh, maybe we are gonna lose it. Hold on.
Here, let me go get a paper towel here.
Yeah. Now you can see why I don't cook.